Hey guys, welcome to Mecharashi, and this is the only guide you'll need to jumpstart your account tomorrow as a new player. So we'll start off with Mecharashi gameplay. For those who don't know what the game is about, gonna gonna have a little bit of a background on the game. So because I've had some comments where they just they're interested in the game, they don't know what the game is. They probably pre-registered, but they don't know how it is. So it's a grid-based tactical RPG, turn-based strategy. You can customize your mechs, your weapon loadout, your chassis. Also, for pilot upgrades, you can upgrade their skills, improve some of their passives. Team building, you have squad roles, you have fighter, raider, sniper, tactician, mechanic, and guardian. So those various roles will play into team building, which we'll discuss in a while. And as you consume, as you move, you'll be consuming action points for movements and for attack. That is Mecharashi in a nutshell. So next is going to be your roles and team building. So for fighters, basically they are most skilled in knuckles and pole arm. So you can actually equip them with any other weapon, but they are more specialized in knuckles. Wrong spelling for knuckles, by the way. Knuckles and pole arm. So raider, melee weapons, all the melee weapons, knuckle, pole arm. Plus, they can use an SMG or a rifle. For sniper, obviously they're using a sniper rifle. Targeted aim, you can target parts from afar, arms, legs, even the core or the body. Tactician, more or less your tacticians are using a rocket launcher on their shoulders. Mechanics are, for repairs. And Guardian has a shield, can take damage from damage directed to a team member. Usually they should be beside that team member so that they could shield that team member for that damage. So team building suggestions adjust for skill synergy. Aside from knowing their roles, some of the characters have good synergy with each other. So you need to know that as you progress through the game. But the basics would be, I would suggest, based on my play, is a fighter. This is for a balance, by the way. Fighter, raider, sniper, mechanic, and guardian. So that's your all-in-one team. Mostly one of each, which will give you after that, if you want to tweak your lineup more for accuracy. So the next team is accuracy. This is more on body, part-based damage. So if you want to do part-based damage more, I would suggest you bring 2 snipers, a fighter, a raider, and a mechanic. This would pinpoint more or less from afar. This eliminates what they call the counter attacks as well. If a sniper is targeting a melee operative, a melee mech, then definitely it lessens counter attacks. But from my experience, this is for accuracy, taking off parts. Defensive, fighter, raider, sniper, mechanic. So this is more of your sustained lineup. 2 mechanics that can really make sure that your mechs are repaired, either the core or the parts. So for early team composition suggestions, I would say you go with Hong, Frida, Sean, or Frida/Shawnee. You have Seven and Naomi. Seven and Naomi are free, by the way. You can get them from the login, plus an SR, because you'll be using more SRs as you start the game. The second team that I was recommending, actually I recommended it yesterday with the video that I made for the reroll guide. If you're interested in that, I'm going to be posting it here and also a link up there for you guys. So Rosa, Gumasei / Shawnee, 7, Naomi, and an SR as well. So those are your early team compositions that you might also use. Also, if you want to go with a double healer lineup, you go with Rosa, Melissa, 7, and Naomi. So Melissa and 7 are 2 healers that you might want to use, plus an SR. Okay, so best add-ons to consider. Dana is an SR for sniper because we won't be having Natalia, I think, for this launch. Probably she'll have her own banner, but you can use Dana as a sniper. Catherine is an SSR. She's a fighter. Reach permit tier 1-2 to get her. So she's also a free unit as we progress through the game. Kaiden is an SR fighter, and aim for at least 3 A grade units when doing your unlimited reroll. So there's a banner there. Take a look again at the reroll guide that I mentioned. It's an unlimited reroll. Make sure that you have at least 3 A grade units with the SSR that you are actually, or you selected. So that is actually the tip for the lineup. Basic combat tactics. Okay, this is very basic. So that you'll breeze through more or less the early stages and get to know more strategies as you go along. So we have here, strategy 1, go straight for the core, meaning the body. To directly disable the mech, this usually needs a team effort support, critical, but use this only for critical targets. I'm not recommending this to every mech that you encounter. It's really hard to eliminate mechs as you go for the body exclusively. Strategy 2 would be the best strategy as you pick off your targets. These are probably support targets, non-essential targets, not critical. Critical targets usually I eliminate because they affect a lot in the battlefield. For strategy 2, again, for the body parts, if you go for the arms, you'll be able to disable weapons. There are mechs that are using 2 weapons for each arm. Okay, once you disable 2 of them, definitely they won't be able to do anything. Some mechs do use 1 weapon. When you shoot the other arm, 1 arm, the other can still use the gun. So you still need to destroy both arms for disabling weapons. The legs eventually slow them down, so they won't be able, if you have a sniper, and if you're, for example, targeting a melee mech, if you go for the legs, they will have a hard time reaching you because you're that far. So again, strategy 1 and 2, play around with who you will use this with. These are just options, guys. I'm not saying that you should go for strategy 1, strategy 2. Play around depending on who you're up with. Other notes as well, if you are doing your attacks, is link your attacks. Because some of the attacks will be, if they're combined, link or combine, or in sequence. So some of the attacks will do very good damage, support additional strikes in range. So if you have somebody who has a support function that can do additional attacks that is in range, once your primary mech attacks, they will do support attacks as well. So this is a nice combo to consider, and try to avoid counterattacks. So as much as possible, if you do attack a mech, make sure that you are outside of the weapon range, so that you will have to avoid counterattacks. So those are it. Then for the gacha system, this is more for the gacha pull for the pilots and for the mech themselves. For the drop rate for the pilots, so overall drop rate is 3% with the base drop rate of 1.5. So I think you should take note about the 1.5 for S grade units. And a soft pity starts at 38 pulls, increasing your chances until a guaranteed S unit at 60 pulls. So it's not a 100% drop, it's a 60-40. But it's a guaranteed S unit. So take note of that. The pilots has a 60-40 banner. For the limited mech or limited ST and parts, the overall drop rate is at 5.5%. But for the S, for each of the drops, base drop, for your parts, it goes to 1.5, and for your ST base drop, it goes down to 4.5. So one-time purchase guarantees a 1 random part. 10-time purchase guarantees 1 random ST, okay, ST or a chassis, and 6 random parts. Every 10 pull guarantees an A grade. Again, rose spelling, an A grade or above part. Okay, so those are the things you have to consider. And lastly, soft pity for the ST and parts banner starts at 38 pulls. Okay, 58 pulls guarantees an S grade part, but it's 60-40. Okay, 90 pulls guarantees the limited ST on the banner. So if it's a banner ST on a limited banner, it's guaranteed on the first time. So 100% guaranteed on the first time, but subsequent pulls on the same banner for the ST will revert to a 60-40. So those are the things that I think you should know before you start the game. Again, it's going to be an uphill climb, basically, understanding all of these, especially if you don't have any background on, if you never played Front Mission, if you don't, if you didn't play the CBT, definitely you'll have to learn all of these quickly so that you could have a quick start. So that is it, guys. That is my quick beginner guide. More guides tomorrow as we do play the game. I'll be streaming this during launch, during the time that the server is going to be up. Plus, I will have more guides after the stream for you guys. So take care, stay safe, comment down in the comment section. Take care, stay safe again. This is the Warden, and I'm out of here.